And so this Los Angeles Times journalist has gone out today, strawberry fields, and makes a romantic story about picking strawberries and also um, I think it's some other fruit. And he shows how the Mexicans are working hard and they're ahead of him and so on. And then he makes the pull for immigration reform and an extended, farm workers program and so forth. And I'm saying like, okay, but he also makes the point that he is the descendant of migrant workers, and so he makes the point and he's supporting this. And I think that um, they do a good job and so on. But I think the way Americans are looking at this is so kind of unfortunate. First of all, these Mexicans and others, they don't want anybody else to come out there and pick no strawberries or apples or oranges, grapefruit or whatever. They want this to remain an avenue that Mexicans and other Latinos could come to America. It's a going thing. It's a big business for Mexico and so on. Because in Tulare County, when there was a freeze somewhere around '08 or something like that, I went up there to say I'm gonna pick some oranges while waiting for my certification to come through so I could start substitute teaching. And these Mexicans and all these, the place where they normally get the workers from, when I showed up there, everybody started watching me and it's like, you don't belong here, you better get out here because my uncle and my cousin who need to come here, you're going to stop them from coming, so you better get out of here. That's why I read them. They were very hostile towards me. And I called an agency and they were quick to wonder if I had the experience. And many of these Mexicans come who've never done this kind of work, but the desperation and the desire to succeed and to earn some money to take care of business drives them. But it's more like a racist kind of thing. On the other hand, black folks have an aversion from agriculture. I mean, this comes down from slavery. In my country, in the Caribbean, after slavery was abolished, the blacks went into the civil service, and the Indians and Chinese who came through, I believe from Madeira, came through on an indentured ship, in which they came, first of all, to bust the blacks who were hoping to use the bargaining power to gain better conditions and more money from Britain and so on. They came in, they busted that. They came in, they were paid a salary, they were to work for a certain time, and then they would get land and other things like that. So there's that built-in aversion that subconsciously leads to generations of aversion of slavery and so forth. But what about whites and Chinese and Mexicans that grew up here? I think they also have an aversion from it. So it's not only the black slavery aversion thing that white blacks might not want to go into this, but it would be interesting to see whether some of these same migrant workers, whether their children and Mexicans who people of Mexican and Latino stock and descendants would go and pick corn and do the same type of work. So something in America is preventing folks from wanting to go and work there. And I think it has to do with how the government makes life so easy. There are a whole bunch of crying folks that say, oh, look at poverty, and people are so poor, and so on. I mean, there will always be poor folks. No matter how high things go, you're going to be poor folks. The lower class, and they always be there, not poor. And I don't want to get off to why they're going to be poor, etc. But these folks should go and pick the tomatoes and the lettuce and so on. But no, they'll get a check, they'll get welfare, they'll have food stamps and so on. But we need to find a way how to do this, because you see, eventually these Mexicans, I think it was in Greece, they had the same type of people coming in to help out, because the Greeks were so important and so big shot that they want to do the menial task. And then these same workers went on strike because they have a lot of control now. You depend on us, we're not working, you're done. So you have to come with whatever they need and give it to them. Maybe bring the parents in and the family and whatever. So and then of course we want everybody here to go to college. There's a big thing. We want everybody graduating from high school, whatever college, and generally it's just an economic game, because not everybody should graduate or could graduate from high school and go to college, because God shows that He gives some people talents, 3 levels. One got 1, one got 2, and one got 4, or something like that. And the others develop theirs, but the person with 1 just hid his, he buried it in the ground. So whether it's physical, mental, financial, some people have it all, some don't have it. And these are the ones who don't have it should go out and try to make ends meet in whatever menial task or whatever needs to be done. But they're going to college.